It doesn't matter if it's a little SR125 or it's a great big R1 sports bike. So we'll have a quick check on the old helmet and see why something's making noises. Oh, is that it? Either something's making noises or my helmet's broke, one or two. Could be either or, couldn't it? So we'll get my visor up so I don't miss up. Now, always try and do everything slowly, if that makes sense. So if you're learning, try and think of everything that's going to happen slowly. Your gear changes slowly. Try and think about, are we still? Yeah. Think about everything slowly. No, he hasn't messaged me. Bollocks. Or maybe he has. Let's have a look. Marketplace. He's on my knees. No. Right. Because this is Liscard, which is where he is, and I need some power steering fluid. So I'm going to get rid of that, pop the glove back on. So even now, like, I'm looking to pull out in a minute, so I've already started checking. Alright, so now I know there's nothing coming, but you still do your blind spot and then make it a blind spot check. Don't expect that front wheel to give you steering if you're accelerating. Move out from the slip road if you can. Don't put yourself in the danger of getting splatted. Put your indicator on, then move. Okay? Don't give yourself a bad name and give other bikers a bad name, because that then gives other people the excuse to be dicks for you. Alright? Time and a place. That's another one. Time and a place. Don't go breaking the speed limit in the middle of a street, because it's illegal. Don't go breaking the speed limit anyway. Time and a place. 2 o'clock in the morning or late in the evening on a quiet road. No exits, no junctions, no one around. Still don't break the law, but time and a place. Yeah, just use your brain. Get yourself out. I'd already checked the blind spot. At every few seconds, you should know who's behind you and what's behind you. Okay? Never drive near these guys. There's so much energy in one of those in stored fuel. Just keep well away. Okay? If you're going to overtake, overtake. Take your time. Do it slowly. Okay? Flick of the whisk. Yeah? Okay, do everything nice and easily. Nice and slow. And that's how you want to ride when you're learning. Everything slow. Try and think about your preparation for your corners. Think about your preparation for your junction. Think ahead of what can happen and what you've got to do. I know there's a speed camera coming up, so everyone's going to slam their brakes on that. Okay? Oh, my ass was going to sleep. So just use your brain. This is a double junction, a crossover. Horrible. People die on here quite regularly. So take your time. Alright? Just don't be silly. Every single junction that you'll come into has the possibility to cause you some damage. It'll kill you. Or hurt your bike, even worse. I know it's a bit of a lecture today, isn't it? Sorry. I just feel sometimes there's not a lot of stuff on the internet that isn't given to you by someone who may just not really ride. And I'm talking riding, I mean I was riding to Dolville last year in the winter, and I'm riding in the shitty crap in the middle of the road where we've just been, left by the tractors and the farm wagons, because there was so much ice on the roads. So I'm going along my feet out like skis because I had no traction at all. I was all over the shop. And again, just reduce your speed. One of the invisible frighteners for a bike, I call it, this one is one of mine, the gateway waltz. Okay? Now anyone who's watching this and has ridden in the wind will know what I mean by a gateway waltz. So you'll be coming very sheltered like this, and then you suddenly come to a gap in a gateway like that, and your bike will go woo, and you can't see it. So always be mindful of the wind, and not just the wind as in the environment wind. You've got wind brought about by large vehicles. So if you're overtaking an Arctic, that can shelter you from the wind, and then all of a sudden you'll get the full wind. Lots of different turbulences come from the back of a truck. Okay? Now, we haven't really spoke about debris, so I think we need to speak about debris after seeing a bit of plasterboard. So, the roads are getting worse in this country, or is it just because more and more people are using them? I don't know. But we've got a lot of issues with debris, or is it the fact that people are dumping debris and nothing's being done? But if you hit a potato or something, then you're going to get problems. Old T-Reg. Hey, isn't the Triumph guy that doesn't really wave at anyone? Oh, look at the little green bits on this thing. So, we're going to speak about debris. So by debris I mean any shite that's on the road, whether it's natural shite or shite that's been put there artificially. So your natural shite is your grass, trees, leaves, sticks. Artificial shite is what people have chucked out, has fallen off, or even blown out onto the road. So all of these things can have an influence on you hitting the deck or not hitting the deck. So just be aware of all these things, extras that could be on the road. Now, oh god, I still like this bike so much. I might do a video when we go to this guy, because then if he's an idiot and says, oh I don't want it for whatever reason, although he's had plenty of things to show him, we should be alright. So if you can think it might happen, you see how that guy there, if you can put the distance between that car that was pulling out and you, that gives you an extra few seconds of space before they get to you and you can do something. So that was quite interesting to follow this guy. You've all got to think about your road position. Now, obviously to ride in the centre is not the best position to ride in, because if you've got oily cars dripping oil, they're going to drip the oil in the centre. Okay? See, he put his indicator on, and now he's going to go. So he's just had someone pull out in front of him, still with his indicator on. So this is what you'll be dealing with. Yeah? So he's coming back in now because he knows he can't get past. So just give it a little look, make sure the car's not going to squeeze you out. Now he's obviously seen me, he's looked in his mirrors. Okay, so you've got some flashing lights coming, maybe move over to the other side. Could be a combine, could be anything. You don't know, it's dark. Yeah, so just give them a little bit more. Now I think that I like riding my bike so much is because you can look around more. You can see everything. There's no A-pillar. There's no restrictive blind spots. Yeah, you can see everything. You get in the car, it's gone. So there's his indicator, look. There's mine. Check your blind spot. There you go. Okay. Watch out for these guys getting pissed off. You might be in their blind spot. Yeah? So he's carried on, and I'm not fussed, I'm going to carry on. So I'm going to check, because you don't know if another bike's there, and I'm just going to slide over. Alright? So again, you're coming into a 40, whack it down, and you're there. Yeah? Check your speed, and that's it then. Listen to the tones. I know I'm doing the speed limit, because I can tell by the tone, nothing's changed. Same tone, same speed. Alright? So, you're coming into shitloads of junctions, you're always looking at your junctions. And you're even looking for things that aren't necessarily something to be looked at. Because you don't know if something's happened to this road between going away for 12 hours and then coming back. And it's definitely getting colder. And I've got no heated grips. Not on this one. I love me heated grips. And yeah, get your... I get abused because I have a heated waistcoat, a Kais heated waistcoat. Now, if you can afford it, buy one. It's the most... it's the most enjoyable... Oh, it's a false neutral there, look. So false neutrals when you don't find the gear. Probably because I was yapping and wasn't being positive enough. Okay, is that truck or is that a car? I mean, I'm not fussed about getting in front of that truck because I don't care. But it's definitely not the Arctic if he's overtaking me. But again, could I tell that was the Arctic? No. Except when it come past. But what was the point? For the sake of 1,600 yards, it's not worth it. Oh, excuse me, burped. Burped again. So, and I don't know what else I can tell new riders, but go steady, be slow, don't play catch up. Sweat's cheaper than skin. Oh, maybe we should speak about the maintenance of your bicycle. Motorcycle. Okay, this is what you've got your life in, yeah? It takes a few seconds to look around your bike and see if you've got any leaks, check your reservoirs, check your tyres, check your tyre pressures, believe it or not. Get yourself a little tyre pressure gauge. I do mine once a month. Check my tyres, see what they're going like, especially if you don't ride your bike often enough. So you need to be looking at the other things. The other thing that's quite interesting, my first bicycle was an XJ bicycle. My first... I smell dog poop. I smell dog poop. My first motorbike was an XJ600, well, it was an SR125, and then I went from an SR125 to an XJ600 diversion. And I did 14,000 miles in a year on that. I was never off the saddle, and that had no fairing on it or nothing, so you felt the wind. So 70 miles an hour you'd feel the wind. A little Freudian slip there, and now we're on the greens. So I put that in for an MOT after 14,000 miles, and Pete turned around to me and says, "Oh, I failed it." I said, "Oh yeah, what on?" He says, "Oh, I failed on your wheel bearing." Really? Yeah, front wheel bearing. And of course he showed me, and it was flopping around like a dog's cock. And I'm like, I couldn't understand how I was still riding and not seeing something like that. Oh great. I don't think the traffic lights have recognised me because they're not changing, they should be. So I'm going to go into neutral there. There you go. Little bit of noise again. No, it does sound like a Ducati. I could do with a car coming. Come on, you fuckers. Fucking great this is. Oh, here we are. Oh no, that's that one. Well, this hasn't happened to me for a long time. Fuck's sake. Fucking things. See if that got it. Oh, fucking last. Jeez, oh yeah, because the car come. So is he going to come in front of me yet? There you go, see. So don't put yourself in that position. Yeah, don't put yourself in a position to get squished. And don't be tempted to overtake on the inside. Alright, don't put yourself in the position, you're vulnerable. All that car's got to do is bang, and that's it, you're dead. Yeah, that's it, bang, he's gone, woo! He don't give a shit. He might not have a license. He might not have insurance. He might be doped up to his head. Okay, so don't go fucking cat, because he'll just go bang, dead. Never worth it. Last day in the tunnel, people. Oh, last day in the tunnel. The other thing is, you never know if there's a policeman behind. Had to be done, didn't it? Yeah, had to be done, that. Oh, isn't that lovely? So, you're always going to be riding for someone else. Yeah? Always ride for what might happen, or what ifs. What if there's something on the road? What if your bike goes wrong? I had, what was that? It was a GSX F, but that was on a 2008 plate, and that one decided to have its rear brake lock up, doing about 30 miles an hour. I left a fucking great big skid all down the road, just locked up. Lucky it was the rear one that locked up, and it just skidded, and there was nothing I could do. I just went and stopped on the side of the road, and it had been rubbing, got hot, locked up, and that was the end of it. So new caliper, and that was it. But these are things you need to be looking at. I kind of did have it in my head that we had issues with brakes because they were binding and smelly because you've been parked up. So, oh, it's shutting. And there you go, keep your wits about you. I didn't notice that till the last minute. Did he just change it? I don't know. Keep your eye, it's nice to have a temperature gauge. I hate having a motorbike with no temperature gauge. Hate it. Unless it's air cooled, I don't give a shit. Oh, here we go. Yeah, here we go. Oh, he done it. So you're looking to the left, and you're looking to the right. So left. And just be wary of everyone not seeing you. This is the best invisibility suit you're ever going to get. You could wear the most brightly coloured bike have your lights on, have your suit on, have your high vis on, obviously not your polite banner, don't have that, and yet no one will see you. This is the best invisibility suit you're ever going to put on. And at least now the old "oh, I didn't see you" doesn't wash with the police. Because it used to be they'd knock you off, "oh, I didn't see him." Whereas now it's driving undue care, I think. And I've seen bikers take bikers out, and it must be the worst thing. It was on one of those 999 things, and he just pulled out of the biker, just pulled out, sat in the blind spot. Then he just pulled out on him. So, pulled out on the blind spot, and that was it. And poor guy, he's like, "oh, I'm a biker, I'm so sorry." But it was easy as that. So there's a pavement, and he walks on the road. Again, your fault if you kill him. Big rut in the road there, look. So my lovelies, I hope you've enjoyed that. I hope there's some little bits of snippets of advice from my 20 plus years of riding. Did you feel the quiver on that one then? I actually couldn't see that because of the glare from the headlights. You probably saw it lovely. But they're just beginning to get that shininess from the cold weather. But again, be aware. And I knew that man on. So, for my people that are watching, my subscribers, get subscribing. Hopefully this has helped a little bit. Scooby-Doo. Again, that Queen song's in my head. So, well, Jess, I think it's Jess. So, I always like to dip the clutch as well when I see doggies, especially on a noisy bike. And sometimes children. Not all kids like noisy bikes, most of them do. Most of them love them, but most of the ladies like a bike as well. And remember, if you take a lady on your bike, you're responsible for her life. Yeah? No girl got on my bike without gear. If she didn't have gear, she didn't get on. Okay, so I'm looking ahead all the time, yeah, and the same with this one. So I'm on the back brake now, no front brake at all, back brake, nothing on the left, nothing on the right, nothing on the left, let's go. No feet down. So that's when you're using your brake, whenever you come to a stop. On big bikes, I would say that's a must. Oh, burning. Fire! It smelled beautiful, that didn't. Charcoal. On her phone. My Prius. Hi, baby. My baby Prius. I mean, these potholes are terrible. Now I'm swinging out right because of the bloody holes and trying to transition from different types of tarmac. And also just be quiet when you've got a noisy bike. You don't have to run it at full snot. So I'm going to be at home now. I'm getting tired now. I've been on the road, well, been on the go since 6 this morning. It's now 9 o'clock, so non-stop slaving with my little client. Oh, and I've got parking. So that's great. We'll slip her in behind Pinky. Okay, everyone, so take care, my lovers. There's old trans outlet, bless her, all unwrapped. So take care, everyone, and I hope everyone's great, and I shall see you. We still doing things, we are, and I shall see you when I see you. Take care.